Fox Valley Technical College is celebrating its centennial this year. 100 years ago, the school that's now known as Fox Valley Technical College opened its doors to students. President Susan May says there was a demand for more education.
We were created through some state legislation that first established what were called continuation schools at that time. And you have to really put your mind back to the turn of that century when you think about it, because the Industrial Revolution was well underway at that point in time. The primary drivers of our economy at that time were agriculture and industry, if you will.
May says the demographics of the workforce were much different then.
A lot of young people, very young people in those days, were either working on their family farms or they were going off to work in the factories that were popping up all over the landscape. So you readily saw kids at that time typically leaving school by the 5th grade, often to go to work in those environments.
May says that lack of education was starting to impact employers.
Especially as those factories were becoming more technologically advanced for their time. I think employers readily saw that they needed people with greater skills, more education, more ability to do things in those factories that would help their productivity.
Fox Valley Tech's initial offerings were much different than the wide variety of courses that are available today.
There were a lot of programs in the construction area. There were a number of them in production operations of the time, like blacksmithing and horseshoeing, that type of thing. And for females of the day, you would go to school to learn baking, bakery techniques and cooking. Dressmaking was popular at that time. Millinery, which was hat making.
While blacksmithing and millinery aren't in the course catalog anymore, May says a common theme remains.
Our very beginnings were all about the employer needs of the region being identified with the schools such as ours really preparing people for work of the day. That is as true today as it was 100 years ago. The jobs have changed dramatically. The technology has changed dramatically. The nature of the workplaces of the region have changed dramatically. But our mission, our purpose here, hasn't changed at all.
We'll find out tomorrow how Fox Valley Tech is working to keep up with changing technology and passing it on to students. I'm Mike Kemeter.